spinning wheel.
Yeah, there we are, live.
Yeah, we're live now. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, come to our Monday night show, Mauls, Balls and all the breakdown. Tonight we are joined by Mike Reedy, James Grennan, and Finn Russell's biggest fan, Peter Burke. Had to get that in there. Come on. But Mike, I'll come to you first. Munster 17, Saracens 12. Did you see the game?
Jesus Christ, Danny. Straight in, no kiss, no nothing.
Fucking tell you, straight in, yeah. Nothing. Not even a glass of wine. Not even a glass of wine. Just straight in with it. Fucking get in there. Gets in there, son.
On the bush for you.
Straight in, no kiss.
Hey, look, you're either ready to go or you're not.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm like fucking Duracell, ever ready.
There's a rude joke in there somewhere. I won't go into it. Go on.
I saw the game. Not the easiest on the eye now as a game of rugby, but do you know something? I was fucking really happy with Munster getting the job done because they haven't been getting the job done in recent times, and that was a big. Listen, Saracens, they're not a great team. They're nowhere near what they were a few years ago, but they're still a capable enough squad players. A lot of them not these days, but once they're played okay, they've done what they needed to do, and they scored 2 tries. Now, it seems to be something outside of Connacht. It seems to be an issue with the rest of the fucking teams in Ireland at the moment, scoring tries. But they didn't get. They probably could have done with getting another couple of tries and get a bonus point because to have a chance of getting through. But you know what? I was happy enough. There was a few good performances in there. Ty Byrne was exceptional. I actually thought Gavin Coombs had an outstanding game. By the way,
yeah,
I thought
he did.
Harry, his meters must have been fucking fairly high by there. His meters of carrying, and it's the best game he's had in a while. I thought Hodnett did well when he came on. I thought Conor Murray had a great game at scrum half. Jack Cowley had a kind of a mixed game. Great crossfield kick for the what ended up being a hot. Great crossfield for that. Took his goal kicks, missed one penalty right enough. And something I hadn't realised, that's only the second penalty that Munster have scored this season. Imagine in all their game. In 12 games of rugby. It was only their fifth one that they actually took at goal, fifth kick at goal. And only one penalty prior to tonight's game. And it's something that probably needs to be looked at, like from an Irish perspective as well. You know, where are we going with? Are we obsessed with going to the corner and trying to get the bigger score? I don't know, but. That's, you know, something. It's a good result, and hopefully the season can take off from there.
Who got man of the match in that game?
Ty Byrne.
Ty, yeah, well deserved, I suppose.
Yeah, he was very good. It was good to see from an Ireland perspective that Ty is getting back a little bit of form, you know.
Yeah, back to that. James, did you see the game at all?
I just saw the highlights of it. To be honest with you, lads, I was otherwise occupied. What I saw though was impressive enough from Munster. Gavin Coombs brought half the team with him when he nearly went across the line on his own there, which was a moment of magic from him. Thought he had a great game. Other than that, good results, unexpected for Munster, and fair play, well done.
Peter, any thoughts on the game yourself?
I would totally agree with what Mike and James said. The players, Coombs, great game. Ty Byrne, great game. Obviously, man of the match. I was surprised because if you remember, Danny and James and Mike last week, when the question was asked, as we always do on Thursday, winners and losers, and I think Paul Wallace said Saracens. I think Peter Martin said Saracens. I think, and was it you, Mike, that said you said Munster?
So did Dale because his wife is from Cork.
He has to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a good win for Munster. That they certainly needed that. Fortress Thomond, whatever the fuck that means, played up to it. There seemed to be a good atmosphere at the game. Skill wise, yeah, there was a few good moves. As James said, that Coombs break, he did seem to set. But I mean, Coombs is one of these players who. Sorry, before I go on to that, I thought Mike Haley had a fucking disastrous game, which Dave Sheedy, I see him on the comments there.
Worst
Dave,
ever.
Dave Sheedy would be happy to hear me say that. I thought Mike Haley just, I don't know what he's doing half the time. Jack Crowley, yeah, he had. I thought Jack Crowley was 50-50. Probably a B- on the scorecard. He kind of fluffed his lines a couple of times during that game. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's as mentioned before in our previous shows that he's suffering some sort of confidence hangover from the apparent preference of him, of Prendergast over him. I don't know if that's affecting his head. But yeah, look, a good win for Munster. As always, it's never easy for any team, Saracens or anyone, Leinster, Connacht, Ulster, to go down to Thomond Park and get a win. But yeah, look, it bodes well for the Irish team. If everyone remains injury free, it bodes well for the Irish team with the Six Nations just around the corner. So yeah, by all means, good win. Take it, Munster, and well deserved.
I see Peter Mahoney available for the next game as well, which is a good.
He is. I saw that. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Good. The Dave Sheedy comment there. Even lads, was Sir James dancing around the Air Square all weekend?
Maybe not Air Square, but I was dancing around Oranmore and dancing around the sports ground. All right, yeah. Happy days. We'll come to that though.
We'll come to that later on. Peter, I see that Dave's actually agreeing with you. Mike Haley continues to be a liability. Riyadh, Munster really needs new props. That's been a problem now for a while. To be honest with you, it's a good thing to point out. But Mike, I want to ask you that question. The prop situation in Munster now, concerning the ages of most of the props. Do you think we have any decent lads coming through? Or is it a case of we have to go somewhere else to get them?
Well, they've got young Milton coming from Leinster, apparently.
Yeah.
And a hooker as well. Do you know what?
Yeah, but what about their own, Mike? Why can't they get their own?
On their own.
Right, like Fineen Wycherley is injured at the moment, but
yeah,
this Lockman is not that old. He's still 27 or 20, something like that. Okay, fucking Killer is done. He's fucking done. He's over the hill. John Ryan is still early 30s. It's an issue. It's an issue, and it's not just in Ireland. Like we're all concerned about the Irish prop situation. Outside of South Africa, it's a fucking issue. Nobody wants to play prop. That's the issue nowadays. It's a tough position to play in. Like you have to have a special, a different build to play there. Really, it isn't like back in my day when you were fucking fat, like and you were
throwing the fat lad in the front row.
In 5'10", fucking 6 foot. And if you're any more than 12, 14 stone weight, you played as a prop, simple as fucking that, because you couldn't run. But it's different. It's totally different. It's an athletic game now, and you look at the likes of Andrew Porter, like, jeez, the building him is phenomenal. And South Africans seem to have this. I don't know. They breed him. They breed him for some reason. But I'm not panicking about it. Like there seems to be panic, but like Munster they have had issues because they've all been injured. And obviously, you'd like to have some coming through, but they will come through. They might need to go to AIL clubs to get props because you're probably more likely to get them there than coming through an academy. Because most rugby go through academies these days are fucking flying machines, fit lads that want to run around and play in the backs. But no, I'm not overly. I tell you what does concern me. Something that came up last week that was showing Peter left the 12 fucking talking about signing that. I will be totally against that, by the way. I want him fucking nowhere near this. We don't need any back row players. And it's not.
I asked the question about front rows, Mike, and you got the attention about mercenaries. Jesus, Mike, come on.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus
I asked
Christ,
the
for
question
Ash.
about front rows. That's all I asked you, Mike.
I'm right.
Oh, Lord,
You should actually, Mike, get a job in Trump's administration on his immigration policy and get rid of them all. That's
I just said no staffers.
that's your calling. That's your calling, Mike.
That's all you need, Mike. It's like no staffers, no mercenaries. What more can you do? The one thing, Dave Seeley makes a good point there as well. Lads, what about Murray? Gets slated for being over the hill. Proved again he's one of the best around. James,
no, I thought Luke McGrath, Danny. Sorry to interrupt. I thought Luke McGrath had a better game than Conor Murray.
Yeah,
I think he's a better player.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, he goes to him for a while.
Are you fucking on drugs? You better get off the hen of my... The best...
No,
it's my first one. My first one of the night. I always have him when I'm on here. It's my first one.
It's highway's gone to his head. That's it. You know,
it's a Monday night, lads. I'm on the tee.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I work from home, so I don't have to battle through traffic in the morning.
No chance. Fucking, he's a liability every time he comes on the power.
Who is?
Luke McGrath.
He isn't this fucking bollocks. Would you ever stop fucking talking? Will you?
He's well taken him with the fucking Byrne brothers, by the way. They're the same. They're cut from the same cloth.
He's not. You haven't a clue what you're talking about. Stop now. Stop.
There's no more Leinster fucking supporters on here tonight. You can say
it's all Munster and Ulster. All Munster and Ulster. Oh, God help us, Ulster supports poor old Gregor. I see is on as well.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Could be a rough night, Gregor, I'm afraid.
It could be very rough night. Peter, I'll come to you first on this one. Leicester 38, Ulster 10. Ulster 10. Leicester 38, Ulster 10. Ulster 10 nil up in the first 10 minutes. Yes. How did they lose that one?
Because they played shite, basically. Ulster, to be straight up and honest with you, the Ulster just they faded after the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Mark Hunter will kill me if he's watching. The first Ulster in the first half, in the first 40, first 30 maybe, played well. They showed signs of they scored and all that kind of stuff. And Timothy scored a good try, and it was fantastic. But they completely faded in the second half. Leicester just totally outclassed them, and Ulster just couldn't keep up with them. They really couldn't, and it's a damning sign to the coaching staff and the strength and conditioning staff that the way they have their players. Everyone's saying Richie Murphy's doing a great job. Well, that game showed he's not doing a great job, and there's something missing. It's probably not Richie Murphy's fault, but there's something missing in his backroom staff because Ulster were non-existent in the second half.
How long is Richie Murphy in the gig now? How long is he in the gig?
2 years? A year? 2 years?
Yeah, that's long enough to be putting his stamp on it.
Well, true, James. Yes, but it just seems to me, Danny. Sorry to answer your question. It was a good game for about 30 minutes from an Irish rugby supporter's point of view, or an Ulster rugby supporter's point of view, and then Leicester came out in the second half and they basically just fucking annihilated them. Ulster had no answer for the Leicester attack. Leicester chose to attack from. Hold on, let me just get Danny back.
Yeah.
Or Mike. Leicester chose to attack Danny from all over the park. They weren't going through the middle. They weren't mauling tries over the line. They were, I suppose. But they chose where to do it from, and Ulster just couldn't fucking deal with it. And the scoreline showed that. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, one thing I noticed was Leicester scored 4 converted tries in the space of 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, there you go.
You have lovely shoes. You You have lovely shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, that shows.
Mike, will you keep your fucking phone? There you go. Good man.
Yeah, well, I'm only on the side here. I'm not in the studio, am I?
You are, yeah.
You are. Studio, yeah.
Everyone saw your shoes.
See you, Mike. We can all see you here. Don't worry.
All right, okay, fine. Yeah, okay, good.
Jesus.
I can only see the 3Ds. I see myself off to the side. It says I'm backstage. Only the host can see you.
You're on screen, Mike.
Mike.
You're on screen.
Fair enough.
Will someone comment there and just tell Mike you can see him?
We can see it.
I have a follow-up question there in a few minutes. But Mike, did you see the Ulster game?
I did.
Yeah, and what's your thoughts on it?
I was fucking. Do you know something? I'll be honest. It went the way I expected. Well, it didn't, because I never expected Ulster to come out and score 10 points to 0 in the first 15 minutes. A great try by Timothy, an opportunist try, took it well. But they absolutely fucking got decimated after that. Every aspect of their game was substandard. It really was. They were slow to the break. I mean, people have been trying to get Nathan Doak brought into there. He's never an international level scrum half. He's not, lads. I'm sorry. Do you know something? The new laws of the game might suit him, because a scrum half is being fucking basically protected now. They're like a protected species now. But he's not international. There's far better scrum halves in Ireland. There's three better scrum halves at Connacht alone, and he's miles off the pace for me. Cooney even done better when he came in. They were dreadful, lads. So, and it gives me no pleasure to say it, but they were. I am concerned about him again now, and I really genuinely thought Richie Murphy had turned the corner with him, and it looked that way. And they have one step forward and 2 steps back every month, and it's sad to see, but it's what's happening, lads. And I don't have the answer to it, I'm afraid. I think their best option is to persevere with the youth, because there's one shining light coming through there. We're talking about props. That young, is Scott Wilson, his name is. He looks the real deal. That boy. That tight head prop. Outside of that, Pete Postlewaite looks like he could be a decent centre. But
Jude
I don't
Postlewaite,
know.
even Pete Postlewaite's an actor.
Jude Postlewaite, right?
The name of the father,
yeah.
Joe Lyons, good fight there.
I think that's what we're fucking saying. They're right in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost, and into the hole we go.
Joe Lyons' next point there. Why are Munster getting them when Ulster are on the bones of their backsides when it comes to front rowers? Sorry, lads, it's bloody disgrace how Ulster are getting sweet FA compared to Munster. Not on. But yeah, like there's a good few of them coming through though, all right. Rian got off a spot there. Archer, Ryan, Kilcoyne, all 36. That's all now for a proper, I suppose. I see Reid the Sharks from Greg Galway. I see Reid the Sharks might want that prop who scored versus Sarries. Yeah, the Bullard.
He's going to be going now, isn't he? He's
yeah,
away
he's only a medical joker anyway. That's all he
did
is.
all right, by the way, the last couple of games. But I don't want him either.
Yeah, Mike Sheedy, England versus Munster, young guns with old players, job done. I told you on Thursday night, Munster will never write off Munster. They do the same this weekend. They will have a few players back to round 4 of the European Champions Cup.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Gregor Galway, I didn't expect the Mike really rant, but back for us. Gregor, come on, it's Mike. If there's a tangent for talking about Mercer, you can go on it. Ian Logan, any chance in making Irish squad? I think he and Jack Boyle should be put ahead of O'Mahony and Church. Get young blood in. Makes fair point of it, all right. James, I want to come to you about the Ulster game. You didn't see that game at all, did you?
No, I saw the highlights of that game because I think it was on around the same time as the Connacht match.
Yeah.
So a bit difficult to be in two places at once. But from what I saw, and Sarah Duffy, I love this. It was a big, useless, hairy cock in the fucking. He couldn't defend to save his fucking life. Oh my God. A big hairy wiener and no fucking good for nothing. Hey, Jesus Christ, he put his hand out like he was like he was trying to massage them or rub them or something. I don't know what the fuck he was at, but he certainly wasn't putting his body on the line. He wasn't standing up at all. And look, first 10, 15 minutes, brilliant, lovely, great stuff. Well done, Ulster. But it's an 80-minute game, and if you're not going to come out in the second half, maybe there's something said at halftime that fired them up, but definitely Ulster weren't fired up at halftime. They just fucking capitulated completely. There was no fire in them. There was didn't even look like there was a hint of a spark. There was nothing going. And who scored the breakaway try there from the interception? Everyone just stood still and fucking.
Oh yeah.
They all stood looking at the ref like, was it a foul? There was a like, okay, it was a knock on and all that, but fuck me, play the fucking ball, play the whistle and play what's in front of you. Don't be waiting for the ref to fucking tell you whether it's good. Just cover the bases. But no, the fuck stood like fucking apes.
They made Freddie Stewart look like a really good player the other night. So
yeah. Sorry.
That's very hard to do.
No, that must have been a hard watch for our buddy Gregor and Joe there on the comments there. But Jesus Christ, lads, you know my pain now when you see that sort of level of inconsistency. When you see it coming to Ulster, and I do think that Murphy's had long enough in the job to be putting his stamp on it and making a better fist of it. But there's something seriously awry there. Here you go.
No. You have to give a good comment there about something being right. The Leicester game there, as I said, they had four converted tries in space of 15 minutes, right? In the previous game in Europe, they were 3 players up for maybe about 5 or 6 minutes. Didn't score anything in that period. So, now, is that something? Are those little moments like that? Would they be a concern to you as a supporter if it was Connacht?
Jesus Christ! If you have a man advantage and you don't score,
but you had a 3-man advantage. A 3-man advantage at one stage.
Well, even in a 1-man advantage, like if you don't score during that yellow card period, let alone 3 yellow cards, if you don't score in that period, Jesus Christ, you might as well pack up and go home because you have to take full advantage of that. There has to be space. If there's a defender off the pitch, there has to be space there, and you have to find it. And if you can't find it with 3 of them missing, Jesus Christ Almighty. That would infuriate me now if I was an Ulster supporter. I am when Ulster aren't playing Connacht, but you know what I mean. Like fucking hell.
Yeah, if you keep it sport. Yeah, if you're watching as a supporting team, you'd be fairly irate over it because I remember I think it was Richard David Sheedy on the show, and I remember Richard saying, I mentioned that if he was the head coach of a team and there were 3 players up, he said the paint would be coming off the walls. If he was the coach of that team that didn't score with a 3-man advantage in that situation, which was great. Mike, do you think that's a worrying concern? Those little moments, the 3-man advantage they had in the last European game, plus conceded 4 tries in 15 minutes. Would you consider that a worrying kind of moment in games?
If it were dreadful. It's completely unacceptable, if we're honest, to have a 3-person advantage on any team, and they did. I watched that game, by the way, and they conceded points while they were fucking. They had 3 players.
Oh Christ, even worse.
Conceded a try with 3 players up and scored nothing. Just isn't good enough. Like we can dress it up any way we like. And listen, I take no pleasure whatsoever in any Irish team not doing well, especially in European competition. None at all. And I'd love to see also. I like Richie Murphy. I think Richie Murphy, he looked really good when he came in. I mean, he came in on the back of a really poor, exit from McFarlane, but he looked as if he was getting them in the right direction. And now I'm beginning to wonder, like the rest of you,
Sexton is joining them next year. Will that make a change?
Well, I don't know. I'd like to think it might do, but who knows?
I hope it doesn't make a change for us. We're losing seconds.
Yeah. Peter, your thoughts on those little moments by Ulster? Do you think is that concerning for you? Those little moments, the 3-man advantage, the 4 tries conceded in that short period. Do you think it's a worry for a team? That's just the sort of situation.
Well, of course it would be. We've said here before, like any rugby team, you're not going to win. It's a statistical fucking fact. You're not going to win all your games, right? It's just not going to fucking happen, right? You might lose a game, 2 games, 3 games, or whatever it is. You're not going to win them all, right? But to lose a game in that manner, the way Ulster did, would certainly raise eyebrows and raise calls for concern as to what is going on behind the scenes. As James said, and as Mike said, if you're 3 players up and you can't score a fucking try, like what the fuck is going on with you? Like, I mean, I just don't get it. I like Ulster. If we look back over the years, and funny, Paul Wallace said it last week that he was worried about Ulster's development and what was coming through and all this sort of stuff because they were once the powerhouse of Irish rugby. They're not that anymore. But hopefully they will come back. I mean, they've no players on the central contract list. Henderson was the last one. I think he lost his this year or last year or whatever it was. So I don't know what the hell is going wrong with Ulster or why they're not bringing players through. But to go back to your point, Danny, to not score and to let the opposition score in that short space of time, that amount of tries, is quite frankly that's under 10 stuff, and that's been unfair to the under 10s. Like that's stupid stuff. That's madness at that level that you're playing at in the Heineken Cup or Investec or whatever. I call it the Heineken Cup. It's just criminal. It's absolutely criminal. And the backroom staff, Richie Murphy, all should hang their heads in shame. And we've said it here before, the coach can only do so much. It's up to the players then on the pitch, how they perform, etc. So I think 80% of the blame is on the players. 70% of the blame is on the players. And Richie Murphy does take the brunt because he is the public face. He's the coach. He does the press conferences along with the captain. But really, it's the players. And they looked, as James alluded to earlier, they just looked uninterested in the second half. They just looked like, exactly, Mike, exactly. And they just looked like they didn't want to be there. And Leicester fucking just walked all over them. You know, as you say, Danny, 15 minutes and to score 4 tries. You know, they were up, down 3 men, whatever it was.
Previous game, European game,
yeah, that's fucking madness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched them in another game a few weeks ago, and they were 19-0 up at half time. And I thought, here, this is cushy now. They're going to fucking run away with this. They got beat 21-19.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Embarrassing, man. Embarrassing second half.
That was their first European game, I think, this season, if I'm right.
Yeah.
If I'm right. I could be wrong about
how they capitulated.
Yeah. No, I'll come back to you again because of the second question regarding Ulster. They have extra this weekend. Extra bottom of the table, right?
Yeah.
In the Champions Cup. One of those sides end up in the Challenge Cup. Would Ulster be better off going into the Challenge Cup now? And see how they fare there to build their confidence up for Europe.
At this moment in time, Danny, I would prefer Connacht to be in the Heineken Cup and for Ulster to go back down to the Challenge Cup.
Yeah, but no, but do you think a run in the Challenge Cup would do Ulster favours?
Yes, it would. Yeah, it would, Danny. Yes, because it would give them the kick up the fucking hole they obviously need to brush up on their act and you know, for the backroom staff to come together and you know, because at the end of the day, gentlemen, don't forget that this is also money in the club's pocket if they're playing in the Heineken Cup. Slightly less for the Challenge Cup, but it's money that these, the provinces badly need.
Yeah.
TV rights and all that sort of stuff. So I think Exeter are not the team they were from 2 or 3 years ago when they won it. Exeter are
4 years ago. That's 4 years ago. They won
it. Exeter are fucking shite at the moment. They really are. But Ulster are not far away from that, unfortunately. Sad to say, Ulster are not far away from that. They do have injuries, I'll give them that, but seriously, the performances, as Mike said there, they were up 19-0 at half time and they ended up losing that game. I can't remember who it was against, Mike, maybe you remind me. They were up 19-0 and they lost 21-19 or something like that. You can't do that. And I'll tell you what, if you imagine, see, this is the comparison. I'll give you this, right? And I can't say it for Leinster, I can't say it for Connacht, and I can't say it for Ulster. But if you imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, if Leinster were up in a game 19-0, do you think they'd lose that?
No.
Unlikely.
The Heineken Cup final.
When?
Against La Rochelle a few years ago.
Now. I'm talking about now.
This is only fucking 3 or 4 years ago or something, 5 years
Yeah,
ago.
sure. I was 3 or 4 years younger 3 or 4 years ago. I'm talking now.
No, I wouldn't expect
at the moment. Yeah, well, there you go. You've all answered my question. Thank you. There you go.
Mike, do you think Ulster dropping down to the Challenge Cup this season?
I think it's going to do them a favour, to be honest with you, Danny. And you know something? It's a shootout between themselves and Exeter now. Exeter go out of the competition completely, and if Ulster beat Exeter, they go into the Challenge Cup. Now it might do them a favour, and it might even help Connacht in a strange way, because have another Irish team in there alongside them. But I fancy Connacht to win that competition this year. It depends who else drops out now, because there are other teams going to drop out from the other 3 groups in the Champions Cup as well. So it depends on who, because anybody that's in the Champions Cup is going to. They're not bad teams. I mean, Ulster look a bad team at the moment, but they can get their act together like they did against Connacht a couple of weeks ago, and they can pull one out of the hat. But they need to beat Exeter. They need to get some kind of result. That's at home, isn't it? I think that's in Belfast.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So they need a result against Exeter at the weekend, and if they do, then they're in the Challenge Cup. Otherwise, they're fucking going home, and Exeter go through.
Yeah. James, do you think Ulster dropping down to the Challenge Cup would actually benefit them for this season?
Well, first of all, I think there's no question of it that they will be dropping down. There's no question of it, and
unless a miracle happens.
Yeah, and I don't see that happening. And obviously, Connacht's focus this year is the Challenge Cup, and they're probably going to move up and swap places with Ulster, which will be good for Irish rugby. I think, a spell in the Challenge Cup for Ulster, absolutely give them time, less pressure, gives them times to regroup, reform, maybe get some young blood in, see what they have in their academy up there. Maybe the Ulster lads on Ian Gregor and who else is on there might be able to give us the names of who's coming through in the academy up there that might be worth watching for next season.
There's a lot of good young lads coming through there.
I'm sure there is. I've no doubt, but they need to build from the ground up again. They just need to start from scratch. Definitely. They'll definitely improve by being in there. Yeah.
Now, James, I'm going to come to you in this one. One team that's guaranteed their place in the last 16 of the Challenge Cup is Connacht. After their 52-24 win over Leon the weekend, did the bonus points by half time, scored 9 tries. What are you talking about the game?
Well, I fucking enjoyed it. I tell you that much.
Were you at the game, James?
I was in the stand. Yeah, I was at the game. I was in the stand. There there was a pretty good atmosphere. I tell you, Santi Cadero has become a real fan favourite in the sports ground. The fucking kids love him, and he spent a lot of time with them, in fairness, afterwards. But they scored more than 9 tries. The poor old Keelan Blades try was disallowed. Yeah, there was in from the side, just unlucky. But yeah, it was fucking. I tell you, Ben Murphy. He's if he doesn't get included in the training squad or in the replacements for the Six Nations, then there's something seriously wrong, because he's playing a blinder. He's been consistent. He's been good. He's scoring tries for fun. Now, having said that, Leon weren't that much of an opposition either, and there was a lot of gaps, and it was very obvious. Now, I haven't the best rugby head in the world on me, but I could see the gaps, and I could see what Connacht were going to do before and like, you know, if you're a Leon supporter there in the crowd, and you'd be shouting like, "Fucking hell, lads!" It was nearly like minis. They were all huddled over to one side, you know. They were bunching, and they were expecting Connacht to go through the middle like they tried against Ulster. The game, they must have been watching the Connacht Ulster game, because all we did in that game was try to bash up through the middle, and we got fucking nowhere. And we didn't do that in this game. We fucking whipped the ball out to the wings, got it out to Pierce and to Santi and to Shea on the wings, and those boys, they ran and made some of the tries. They made all of Ben's tries, all the wingers, and Bundy as well. Bundy, for the first time, hand on heart, that is the best I've seen Bundy playing for Connacht in probably a year and a half. He was outstanding. He does it for Ireland, game in, game out. For some reason, he hadn't been doing it for Connacht, but they must have got a ferocious fucking bollocking. I don't know who from, because I still think Pete Wilkins may not be the guy for us. But somebody gave them a serious fucking bollocking, and they got and rightly so after the Ulster match. Rightly fucking so, and they bounced back. Now, I had been saying before the Ulster match, we're consistent. Consistent in the Challenge Cup, but not. But when it comes to URC, fucking terrible altogether. Hi, Maeve. My daughter just back from rugby training.
There's Maeve. There's Maeve. There's Maeve, the try scorer.
Yeah. Come in here, Maeve. You might know something about rugby. Your dad knows nothing.
I know nothing.
You just probably trying to avoid the shite dad jokes. I wouldn't say her. I wouldn't say her one bit.
Hello, Maeve. Hello, Maeve. Hello, Maeve.
Say hi.
Hello.
Come on over, say hi.
Hi, Maeve.
Say hi.
I won't.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Maeve.
Hi, Maeve.
Look at that. Is that a Connacht top you've got, Maeve, or an Irish?
No, it's the Ireland women's top.
Oh, lovely.
That's the Ireland women's
You'll be wearing one of them before long, sweetheart.
She's already training with the Connacht squad, Mike. So
Fantastic.
She's on the road.
That's good.
Good for you.
Maeve, keep going. You're doing a great job. Your dad showed us a video of you scoring a try when there was three or four players hanging out of you, but you kept going and you scored a try. Well done.
We all get a buzz from seeing that, by the way. We all get a buzz. We do.
Yeah.
Maeve, I've got a question for you. What position do you play?
I switch between second row and 10.
Second row and 10?
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit of a variety. How tall are you, darling?
5, 6.
Nearly as tall as myself. Look at that.
And how old are you now? Sorry.
I'm 15.
15.
15.
Good height, by the way. That's a good height for.
Yeah.
Do you know what, darling?
Maeve, you're doing great stuff. You're doing great stuff, and your dad is very proud of you. And keep it up.
And so are we. And play wherever you get to play. Any position on the park.
Maeve, I want to forewarn you about something now, right? Play in the back row once you get to senior level, okay? Trust me, you don't want to be in the second row when you're dealing with props. Because they're illegally old enough to drink. Trust me, okay?
When you start drinking,
go to the back row. Don't want to find out the hard way.
Right, you go and have your shower. Let's see you later, Pat.
Bye.
Take care, Maeve.
Take care.
Yeah. You're going to have to Have a well-earned hot shower after the training. It's mucky in Galway this evening.
Not surprised. Mike, do you see the Connacht game?
I just saw the highlights of it, Danny. I was watching the Ulster game on the same time. And you know something, Connacht excite me every time I watch them. Now I couldn't believe what I was watching a couple of weeks ago when they played Ulster. I could not believe what I was seeing. And you know something, there was a difference, by the way. Ben Murphy definitely makes a difference because he didn't play in that Ulster game. They had Devine and you know, I like Caelan Blade. I think Connacht have 3 brilliant scrum halves right now, and any one of the 3 a game for any of the other provinces. And but Ben Murphy is a special talent. He scored 3 fantastic tries in that game the other day. Like he ran one of them from more than half the length of the pitch.
3/4 of the length of the pitch. He ran the whole way. Cian Prendergast intercepted for that one. Just on David O'Shea's comment there. John Muldoon
Bundy made one great break and passed it out to Shea Mullins, and that came back into for his 3rd try, I think.
Yeah.
Muldoon is still in the Connacht squad, David. Yeah, he's still there. So he may have been the guy who gave them the bollocking at halftime. You might be onto something there, I think.
I'd say so. I'd say it was him.
Yeah.
I love watching Connacht play. It's the way I like rugby to be played the way they play, and it's not always the most effective in winning matches, but you know it's great to watch.
It's good. It's good when it works, Mike.
It's a team I would gladly go and watch every week live. You know, like you do, James, and you'd be happy coming away. Obviously, you want your team to win, but you want them to play fucking rugby you can watch as well.
Yeah, I was Mike. I was on last season. I was on some of the promo videos for Connacht. I got invited in to do some pieces to camera and stuff like that.
Did you?
And, I did, yeah. And I was one of the things I was saying, and it made the edit anyway. I said when you're a Connacht fan, you just don't know what you're going to get. And I said it can be very exciting or very disappointing, but it's never dull.
We saw that, Mike or James. We saw that, James. We saw that video. I think you posted it into the.
It's one of those things as a Connacht fan. You just you want consistency, but do you want them to be constrained by the shackles of a system, or do you want them to play loose, fast running rugby and do what they can do? And when it works, it's fucking spectacular, and it's a great place to be in the sports ground when they're running and it's coming off and the passes are coming off. But when things go awry, they go seriously fucking awry. That's the only problem.
Yeah, you see Mike Shee's comment there, standing in pool 1, Ulster 6th. I'm not sure. I thought they were 5th. Could be wrong.
No,
pool 2, Ulster pool 3, Munster 2nd. Chance Cup, Connacht are top. Yeah, they're probably guaranteed to that 16th spot regardless of what happens this weekend. Peter, the Connacht game, did you see that at all?
I didn't. I saw none of it, to be honest with you, because of the conflicting times and the channels that I have and stuff like that. And Premier Sports don't let you log into 2 separate devices, so I couldn't do it. I must actually message Royal Nugent about that.
Go back and look at
the only thing.
It'd be worth looking at the highlights reel, Peter. There's some fucking good stuff in it.
No, I believe so. But I I believe so. Yes, I believe so from reading Cian Tracy's review of the game. But just to say, James, I posted this earlier. One, and he knows his stuff. This guy on Twitter, Caelan S Rugby. Sorry, not on Twitter, on Blue Sky. I've left Twitter. He said he has 16 backs in his Ireland Six Nations squad, and Ben Murphy is one of them that he has picked. And I think Ben Murphy certainly deserves, like you said, James, to be there because he's playing some fantastic rugby at the moment, and he deserves his place.
And I think he had Devine in as part of the training squad as well.
He did.
He is. I have it here. He has Matthew Devine, Jude Postlethwaite, Dave McCann, James McNabney, yes, and Scott Wilson, the Ulster prop. Yeah, absolutely.
Good call. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Pearson, I'm with you there now. Leinster 16, La Rochelle 14.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, Jesus Christ. What a fucking stroke-inducing, heart attack-inducing fucking game. I mean, it wasn't a final, but it felt like a final. And I don't know what it is with La Rochelle. We just have something in our fucking DNA with this bloody team that we can't put them away. Now look, La Rochelle are a good team. No question. It's always difficult to go away to France. It's like going to Thomond to get a win. It's even more difficult to go away to France, to a French club, and get a win. But yeah, I mean, that game, Christ almighty, what a roller coaster of emotions looking at that. Great game. A great game for the Leinster fans, and just rugby fans in general. It was a great game to watch. Like, Jesus, where do you start with this? I'll try and keep it. I'll keep it short. The first Leinster try when Joe McCarthy went over. That was a piece of skill. That was straight off. It looked like a straight off the training ground move. The way they created the space for Joe to go through. Osborne, I think, took a pass and took it well. Pass inside to Joe McCarthy, and that was it. But La Rochelle, I mean, there is this thing. There's a niggly thing. Most teams, if I'm honest, and you'll probably all agree with me, if Leinster come to town, you tend to raise your game, be it an Irish province or a French or an Italian province. It was a good game, but not great for the heart. Glad for the win. Leinster now going for top seed of their group in the Heineken Cup stages. How that will work out and where Toulouse end up, because Toulouse are the biggest threat in the Heineken Cup to Leinster. That's always been the way so far this season. Toulouse are the team to beat. Leinster are not the team to beat. Toulouse are the team to beat in this competition, because they're some outfit. But yeah, I mean, to your question, Danny, what did I think of the game? It was a tough game to watch, and it wasn't pleasant viewing until the final whistle went.
Now, you said there's some issue with the TMO at some point in the game. What was that about, Because I didn't get a chance to see my game myself.
He called an incident on with Caelan Doris.
He called it. Sorry, mate. Yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, the TMO called an incident that was non-existent. He thought it was a headshot, but it clearly wasn't. And a few people said that the TMO should be sacked and all of it. Yeah, give it a fucking rest, will you? Everyone makes mistakes.
It wasn't the same TMO that called the Joshuani against McCarthy, was it?
I doubt it. I can't remember. I don't know. But no, the call, Danny, was it was what the TMO thought was a head hit, wasn't a head hit, and clearly wasn't a head hit, and it was a stupid thing for the TMO to call back. That was all that was.
Mike, the Leinster La Rochelle game, do you see it?
I did, yeah, I did. Now, if you want a contrast of two games, Connacht versus Leon and Leinster versus La Rochelle. I mean, complete contrast in rugby, in the kind of rugby I want to watch, to tell you the truth. Now, Leinster for me have lost their way as an attacking force, and that has since Neil Naber has come in. I'm not going to hide behind that anymore, lads. He has changed the whole way. Leinster were the best team in Europe, without a doubt, to watch for the last 5 or 6 years, and they're not anymore.
Is it just because he's South African, Mike, that you don't like him?
It's nothing to do with... Well, it fucking is. That's part of the reason. But anyway...
It's the mark for the ring.
It matters not a job where he comes from. It's the standard. It's the fucking standard of rugby they want to play. And it's not... I said it when he joined. Don't be careful what you wish for. Because Leinster were, without a doubt, the best team to watch playing rugby. Like, they played fucking proper the type of rugby I want to watch anyway. And not that, not serving up that. No, this fucking defensive thing. Listen, it's part of the game. But this big physicality, big hits, all that nonsense, that's not fucking rugby. That's you want to play rugby league or something, you play like that.
Did they beat La Rochelle, Mike, or not?
Yeah, they beat La Rochelle, yeah. But
yeah, well then, there you go.
Let's be honest, they were fortunate in a way to get away with it. Because La Rochelle
they were, but they were, but did they win or not?
They did win, yeah, they did win.
Thank you.
But listen. Is that what you, Peter, now, let's be honest, is that what you want to watch as a Leinster supporter?
I want to see them win, yeah. I want to see them win, yeah.
But bear in mind what you were used to watching, the way Leinster played for the bones of a decade. Like when Johnny Sexton was playing. And you know something? I think it could actually hamper Keane young Sam Prendergast, his future as a great 10. Because if they're going to play that nonsense rugby, let's wait and see what they win this season.
What the fuck is it nonsense rugby if they're topping the fucking URC?
Yeah,
they're probably top the fucking Heineken Cup pool. How is it fucking nonsense rugby?
Is it a good viewing spectacle? Is it a good viewing spectacle?
I don't give a fuck. I'd watch fucking fishing.
You want to win at all costs. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, exactly. And any fucking rugby supporter would say the same thing. Win ugly. Just win, for fuck's sake. Who gives a bollocks?
Yeah, but they're capable of better than that. And
so what do you want? The fucking Torval and Dean on the fucking
it's going to affect the way Ireland play rugby as well, because by and large, the majority of the Leinster team are playing for Ireland. So it's going to affect... And Ireland can't stop scoring tries as well. We'll see how it goes in the Six Nations.
Right, okay.
James, it's like the table just to do that, have this proper goal.
Oh, I just want to watch more of that.
Yeah, well, we might compete around. We'll throw down mercenary here and there. Mike, what do you think of mercenary? Here.
I was trying to get the Third Reich music up there when Mike was talking, but I couldn't get it. Yeah. If I was a Leicester fan, I wouldn't give a fuck what sort of rugby they were playing as long as they were winning. I don't give a fuck what sort of rugby they're playing. But I have to say, Sam Prendergast has a pair of fucking cojones on him there. Like, he did not look out of place. And as you say, Pete, that had the look and the feel of a final. And he fucking stood up there, took his fucking penalties, took his kicks, no fucking problem at all. I just fucking love the way that lad plays. I wish his brother would just convince him to come to Connacht as all. That's the only thing that's wrong with him. He's in the wrong fucking club. But I think he's the real deal. He has the swagger. I know he's a little bit light, but it doesn't seem to fucking. He goes right up to the fucking gain line every single time, and like Sexton used to do, he fucking goes there and he pushes it to the limit. Now he does get the little knock now and again, but he hasn't got anything serious yet. Of course, he's young. He's made of fucking rubber and magic anyway.
He got blocked down. He got blocked down twice, James.
Yeah, but you know, that's a fucking learning thing. He won't get caught with that again. You know, he's a smart kid. He's a great fucking swagger, and I just like the way he plays the game, and I think he's exciting to watch. And I don't know what Mike is talking about.
I'll tell you why he has, by the way, that he has the ability to, like you say, take it to the line, and he almost plays like as if he's in slow motion, and he passes the ball without any effort. It's effortless rugby.
He's going
to be an unbelievable. He's an unbelievable player already.
Look, if you think what was Sexton like when he was his age? He wasn't half the fucking player that
Sexton wasn't playing when he was his age. Sexton was 24 before he played for Monk. What's he going to be like when he's 24? Fucking. Yeah. I hope he probably needs to be protected slightly still.
Yeah,
because he is slight, and you know, I'd be worried about England now when we play England in the Six Nations, because they're big fuckers. They will come down his channel, by the way.
They won't mind taking a red card to knock him out for the fucking Six Nations in the first 15 minutes.
No, I
wouldn't mind.
I hope that doesn't happen, because it could spoil the young lad's career. But he's a fantastic player. And does that young Jack Murphy, by the way, looks like another one at
yeah,
he could be
in Ulster,
Ulster going forward.
And again, his brother should talk to him too and get him over to Connacht.
Yeah.
And Peter, a question there for you because the DCD made a good point. There seems to be a bit of a rivalry going on between Leinster and Leinster at the moment. Is that more to do with Rowan O'Gara, or is it just a competitive? Is it just a natural competition between them because they're both looking to be one of the top clubs in Europe?
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest with you. La Rochelle beat us, in some key. Yeah. All right. Okay, fair enough. All right. Calm down, the fuck. La Rochelle, they beat us.
Two finals and a semi-final.
Yeah. All right. Jesus, Mike. I was agreeing with you there before you're kidding out that. No, I think it's a bit of both. I think that the Raj factor certainly plays into it a bit. I think Dave Sheedy is correct in answering the question. Yeah, no, he is. No, I know he is.
Dave definitely adds a bit of spice anyway.
It does. I know Dave. I have a lot of time for Dave. He's a good lad. He knows the stuff. But I think it is what Dave was referencing. I think it is a bit of both. There is the team competition mentality, this sort of thing, and also Raj is an added spice. Raj is the dash of chili flakes to a spaghetti bolognese to a La Rochelle dish. Put it that way. There you go.
Mike, do you think the Raj factor has added more to the...
I don't see. I genuinely don't see that at all. I think there's an awful lot. There's an awful lot made about in the media, though. He does add a little bit, but listen, lads, there are two teams that want to win, and there are two powerhouses in Europe, and they both want to win. So you put your best foot forward. But Leinster have found them out. There's no doubt about that. Leinster have found them out in the last 2-3 matches. Now they couldn't beat them for 3 years. Now they seem to be able to. So they have found them out, and maybe that does suit the way Leinster have started to play now. The Nienaber effect is going to benefit them in that way. But that remains to be seen when they come up to Toulouse, like whether it's going to be effective.
Maybe it's time for that fella from Coronation Street to retire, is it?
Coronation
Ken Barlow.
Yeah.
Okay. No, well, Ken Barlow, him.
Yeah.
They have the other guy, the fly half. What's his name?
Hastoy. No, he's the scrum half.
He was all right. No. He's fly half. Yeah, he played all right. Lads, it was a decent enough game. Let's be honest. It was a hard game. A fucking smashing lumps over each other. But
Mike, La Rochelle are not the same team they were 2 years ago.
No, they're not. No. They were missing. Listen, the players they were missing were more key to them than the ones Leinster were. Like Skelton is a massive fucking loss to them.
And then Antonio came off, Mike. Antonio came off.
Yeah. But they brought on another 24 stone.
Well, that's true.
But they brought, but for Skelton give them a different dimension. And the one ongoing concern for Leinster is the line out. That's fucking dreadful, by the way.
Yes,
and it's definitely an issue that has to be resolved, because going forward, lads, it's like I say, the Six Nations is only 2 weeks away, and that's our Ireland fucking packing more or less going into the Six Nations. So it needs to be resolved. Now Dan Sheehan, I think, is on the way back. Is he? Am I wrong? Right?
He's on the way back. I'm not sure if he's back. Yeah,
I think he's back. I think he's back in training. As far as I'm aware, he's back in training.
He is. Yeah. But he texted me earlier. He's grand.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. But now Leicester got a few players back, and Hugo Keenan is coming back this week as well. And I was really pleased to see young playing on the wing, blondie hair boy.
Osborne.
Him. I thought he made Joe McCarthy's try. Great ball inside. He's a good player. I like him. Osborne, yeah, Jamie Osborne. But there's there's still a bit of work to be done there. You know, there's still a bit of work to be done. Now, there's one little small concern I have going forward as well is I think Whatchcall has been a little bit off par this season. Jamison Gibson Park, like by the standards he set himself, he's still a fantastic player, a fantastic scrum half. But now whether it's the style of play they're playing or whatever, I don't know what. But something has affected him since the Six Nations, and he's. We'll have to see how it pans out this time around. But
might be the new haircut, Mike.
Sorry,
might be the new haircut.
Yeah,
maybe, yeah.
Make some too aerodynamic.
That's centre parting.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, Mike, as well, he said, David C. is Mike, you don't have the same hatred for Toulouse as you do for La Rochelle. There's a common denominator in it.
No, that's nonsense. I'm sorry. I don't buy into that. Behave yourself, Sheedy. Stop trying to stir the pot.
And Dave, here again, by the way, Leinster La Rochelle was an absolutely fantastic game to watch. I didn't see any of it, no. I'm not even going to comment on that. I saw the Munster one, and the fact that I had a near heart attack was enough. After that one, anyway. I think that was bad enough. Lads, I know we're over the hour, so I think we've all this week's games covered. We have one last round of group games coming up now next weekend in Europe before we figure out who's going in what 16. So Peter, Mike, and James, I will say goodbye.
Thanks very much, lads.
Thanks, Danny.
Keep the flag flying high.
Take care.
Talk to you all soon. Take care.
Take it easy, boys.
Good luck.